How's it going? My name is Himaniku, and this is Yu-chan.
Hello.
Do you like cozy games? Yeah, me too. Here are 15 cozy retro games I think you'll like. These games are available on original hardware, some on the Nintendo Store to buy or free with Nintendo Online. For PC, you can get many of them on Steam. What I'm definitely not going to tell you though, is that every one of them is available to be played for free by downloading them on your PC or phone using emulators and ROMs, taking less than 5 minutes to get started. So don't go and do that.
ひまにくだよ。
Oh man, we are starting off with a banger. This is Crusader of Centy. This original gem on the Sega Genesis combines charming visuals with fun gameplay, similar to The Legend of Zelda. How is this cozy? Well, without spoiling the story, you get the power to talk to animals and plants, which is adorable. On top of that, you get to recruit the animals and switch them around as they all have different stats and abilities, allowing us to build our own party. How awesome is that?
私、犬が好きなんだ。
Oh wow, I like cats.
誰も聞いてないよ。
Walking around with your buddies feels great. I like this little penguin dude. His name is Chili. There are also tons of little secrets you find and hidden paths that feel great when you find them. On top of that, it's not a hard game if you're worried about combat, not to mention the music.
So good.
Play it now. Next is Earthbound, which I'm sure you've heard of, but have you actually played it? It's freaking amazing. You play as Snes, a young boy who teams up with his friends to save the world. It's one of the most unique RPGs ever made and was released on the Super Nintendo. The story's so random, it feels like the developers went to a kid's playground and asked what should be in the game. Now I don't want to spoil the story, but a few things that stick out is that there's this bee that gives its life to protect you. It's hilarious. You can also become robots and even take down a cult. One thing I will say is that the difficulty can be a little bit hard at the beginning, but gets easier as you go on. So stick it out, trust me, it's worth it. Lastly, if you're watching this and feeling down in life, boot up this game and I promise you'll get some chuckles. Hey, it's everybody's favorite pink ball, Kirby. You are looking at Kirby's Superstar on the Super Nintendo. This game's bright, colorful graphics and lighthearted tone make it incredibly fun. Also, are you hearing the music? It's great! And the sound effects are just the cat's pajamas. It has multiple game modes and the ability to team up with friends in game, which is great because I don't have any in real life. Anyways, not much to say here, just a joyful experience from start to finish. And I know it won't let you down like many others in this series. ToeJam and Earl for the Sega Genesis. This is a funky, laid-back game that's all about evasion and having fun. We play as two alien rappers, ToeJam and Earl, who crash-landed and must find pieces of their spaceship to return home. Its randomized levels and unique art style create a unique, unpredictable adventure. Kinda reminds me of the mines in Stardew Valley, in that you need to get to the next level you need to find the elevator, which is randomized. The game's humor and groovy soundtrack make it a standout title that's addicting to play. It also can be played with 2 players if you have a friend to play with, which I think is the ideal way to play. There are also various other games in the series that you can go check out if you enjoy this title. Shining Force 2. We are transported to a magical kingdom of Grand Seal, where you'll gather a diverse group of heroes to combat an ancient evil. Does not sound cozy, right? Well, one of the game's most charming aspects is its large cast of characters, each with their own unique abilities and personalities. When I say large, I mean it. You can recruit 30 characters to join you, and watching your team grow stronger together adds a layer of depth and coziness, as you form bonds with your pixelated companions in a vibrant, fantastical world. In addition, the music is also really upbeat and will stick in your head for years. Super Mario RPG, Legend of the 7 Stars. This game more likely does not need an introduction, especially since it's been recently remade on the Nintendo Switch and is a cult classic. In fact, this is the first RPG I've ever played in my life. Released on the Super Nintendo, after that, it got me addicted to RPGs and led me to the game Final Fantasy VII, my favorite game of all time. This game is a labor of love due to the collaboration between Nintendo and Square, blending Mario's charm with Final Fantasy RPG elements. This game is so goofy and quirky, it's a blast to play and stress-free. Go play this game, seriously. Little Nemo, the Dream Master. Welcome to the fantastical world of Slumberland, where dreams come to life. Don't be sleeping on this game because of the graphics. These were king on the original Nintendo. As Nemo, you'll explore magical dreamlike levels filled with creatures and interesting landscapes. Your weapon? Yeah, there is no weapon. What? You get candy, which you feed the monsters until they fall asleep. You then get to control them, giving you powers like digging, flying, climbing, making it extremely unique. Also, it was made by Capcom, so it has that seal of quality. Also, while looking into this, I realized that there's a new Nemo game in the works, and it looks beautiful, and I think you should also follow the development for that. Aerobiz Supersonic. Now this game might not look like the most exciting game at first glance. Managing an airline? Really? But trust me, it's surprisingly addictive. Picture this. You're the CEO of a major airline, making crucial decisions about flight routes, ticket prices, and airplane purchases. The catchy music and engaging gameplay will have you hooked as you expand your airline empire. It's like Monopoly, but in the skies, and way more fun than you'd expect. Plus, there's just something oddly satisfying about watching your virtual airline thrive while you sip on a cup of coffee. Who knew running an airline could be this chill and satisfying? Pocahontas on the Sega Genesis. Oh my god, this game is beautiful. Now this game might look like a serene stroll through the forest, but don't let the peaceful vibes fool you. It's a surprisingly engaging experience. Trust me, I'm a grown man telling you to play a Disney game about Pocahontas. You'll be chatting with animals, navigating rush landscapes, and solving environmental puzzles like a nature-loving superhero. The hand-drawn graphics and soothing soundtrack, it feels like a heartwarming nature documentary. It's like having a personal forest adventure where you save the day while hugging trees. Literally. If you've ever wanted the ultimate woodland diplomat, this game has you covered. Also, check out the music. Hey, real quick, I just want to say thanks to all my subscribers and people supporting me on this journey. We are halfway to getting this channel monetized, and I have a lot of things planned for you guys. If you're interested in RPGs, JRPGs, and cozy games like Stardew Valley, consider joining the community. As long as you don't mind Yu-chan, should be good to go.
登録するか死ぬかどっち嘘気になったら登録してねクソ野郎以外はな
Pokemon Yellow. Okay, hear me out. I know some of the young people watching this are thinking, why would I want to play this old game? Personally, I think the original games are the most cozy. There's no need to breed 300 Pikachus to get the perfect stats and abandon the rest of them. That's right, the Ekans you just caught, that's the only one you need. Your best snaky friend for life. Also, there are no held items making the battling more complicated. It's mindlessly easy and the music is just, so good. This is my favorite track, and still is my favorite track from the series, as they've removed any dark elements of the game and made it a franchise for 5-year-olds. No offense if you like the new games. I like watching the Pokemon tournaments, but the games are a shadow of what they used to be. Simant on the Super Nintendo. Okay, this might look like a lame game about ants. But don't let its exterior fool you. It's incredibly addictive. You get to manage an ant colony like it's your own personal ant farm, complete with epic battles with rival insects and strategic expansions. The backyard setting becomes your grand battlefield, and the game's surprisingly catchy soundtrack makes the whole experience oddly soothing. It's like playing a tiny, intense version of The Sims, where every little decision feels monumental, and suddenly, you're deeply invested in ant politics. Who knew being a tiny ant overload could be so cozy and engrossing? I will say that there are spiders in the game, so you might want to skip this one if you have that arachnophobia.
うわーうじゃうじゃ虫は気持ち悪いよ
In Japanese, to say something's gross or disgusting, we say kimoi.
マジ
However, when used at a person, it's like telling somebody you or that they're icky. It's a real blow to your confidence.
Let's try
ねえゆっちゃん、今夜飲みに行かない？
え、キモい
俺だってかっこいいっしょ。
いや、キモい
ゆっちゃん、俺と付き合ってくれない？
てんてんてんキ
Evo, Search for Eden, might be the most oddball cozy game I've ever played. It portrays evolution as an epic quest where you get to morph from a fish to a fierce dinosaur. Talk about a glow-up. As you swim, crawl, and eventually stomp through various prehistoric eras, this game's charmingly oddball premise make it feel like a prehistoric roller coaster. The soothing soundtrack and the thrill of upgrading your creature's abilities create a strangely comforting experience. It's like being on a relaxing nature hike with a side of evolutionary experimentation. Who knew watching a fish evolve into a T-Rex could be so cozy and captivating? Now, I don't want to spoil the story, as it's a short game, but take my word for it, it's awesome. Harvest Moon on the Super Nintendo. Oh man, this classic farming simulation game started it all. Plant crops, raise animals, and build relationships with the townspeople. Now I'll admit, I think Stardew Valley is a better game. However, the beauty of this one is in its simplicity. You just need to water your crops, take care of animals, get married, and raise a family. It also does not continue after 2 years, so it can be a little bit challenging to get the best ending. There are also tons of cutscenes and secrets that'll keep you busy for hours on end. The Lost Vikings is a delightful puzzle platformer where you guide 3 quirky Viking heroes, Eric, Baliog, and Olaf, through a series of time-traveling adventures. Each Viking has their own abilities. Eric can run and jump, Baliog wields weapons, and Olaf uses his shield for defense. You'll need to cleverly switch between them to solve puzzles and overcome obstacles in various whimsical worlds. The game's humorous dialogue, charming pixel art, and clever level design create a cozy, engaging experience. Hilarity and fun guaranteed. Also, it has unlimited continues and resources, so play at your leisure. Wonder Boy in Monster World. This game is the ultimate cozy adventure where you get to be a knight in shining armor, but with way more charm and less stress. Set in a vibrant, magical world filled with adorable monsters and colorful landscapes, it's a breath of fresh air, and it's not a hard game at all. You'll be upgrading your gear, casting spells, and making friends with the locals, all while enjoying a soundtrack that's so catchy it can make a dragon tap dance. The game's blend of action, exploration, and RPG elements creates a delightful experience that's as comforting as a warm blanket on a chilly day. To mention, you get these little followers that help you on your journey. Who knew being a hero could be so relaxing and fun? All these games that I mentioned are not that difficult, have very relaxing music, and overall fun to play. If you try any of these out, let me know in the comments, and let me know if you know of any other games like these. I might do another one of these for PlayStation and N64 if this video is popular. Anyways, Johnny.